can't
Today I have a
fucking
task of huge
like crack it
importance for you.
because everything
Your objective
regarding
to
is
infiltrate
online.
and
So
capture all strategic positions in
you can't
support of
go
the
around, you know,
Jefferson
fuck around and like
We are behind enemy lines in Hungary,
you know,
so we must be ready.
use
We
Cream
advise that our
API or
intelligence has spotted
go
enemy convoys
try
passing through our
to
position.
fake
It is your
Steam
choice
ID.
whether
Man,
to
So,
man knows how to work with
already outnumber us 10 to 1.
Steam
So don't draw
workarounds.
any more
Okay.
attention than
yeah,
necessary.
of course I know
Man
because
knows how. Man knows his cracks.
of course.
Man knows he's
Of course, like,
The crack finder. The crack finder.
knows he's crack.
before I played any legitimate game, I played crack game because like crack games are much more available in Iran before. Like online stores came to Iran much later, and the reason is obvious: internet. Like internet was like was a barrier for
rare
lots of
commodity.
countries, and so like
Too much crack, so.
no,
Major, our
but
positions have
I fucking fired a shot
we
and
retreat to
everyone
hide or
knows.
engage our enemies before they
Everyone
come
sucks.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway,
I think
I
comrade,
started blasting anyway.
some comrade is more drunk than me.
yeah, it's me. Yeah, and more importantly, if you want to help a developer to like make a game, first you have to like understand some basics issues, and you need to like, you know, because like you do your best to release a game, and then some fucker gonna make a cracked version of that and just put it on the internet for free, and like just people don't give a fuck about how much time the fucking developer spent on this, like how much resources spent on this, just disregarding the fact that like people need to eat, people need to live. Like if they do work, they need to get paid. It's pretty much reasonable. So like I did play, I did use like crack software, or I do use crack software, but it's about like not being able to buy it through, like, let's say, official sources, because of sanctions, not really because or because the price is too high that I cannot afford it. But in general,
Then I usually say I never pirate games. Yes, I can probably pirate movies because like we don't have
I don't
access
watch
to every
movies, to be
movie.
honest. I don't
Yeah,
watch
no, man,
movies
our
at
problem here in
all.
Sweden is like we don't have like you can't get a lot of movies because for some dumb reason the Swedish government has a problem with the movies. So, but games we can have a lot of access to, and there is no problem there. But
And to be honest,
I
don't
never
play games that much to like think about. I mean, different games. Like I play Man of War 2, Man of War Soul Squad 2, Man of War 2. I play Company of Heroes and pretty much nothing else. Like if you look at my library or like gameplay history, you can see like there's my concentration. I'm not a guy like who changes his mood every day, so. So
You are the concentrated motherfucker.
yeah, exactly. And like right now I don't play any crack game at all, but like I'm using some sort of crack software because there's no way to buy,
software.
because there's no official store that sells those things to Iran, and there's no way to purchase
and
them.
Adobe.
Exactly. There's no way to purchase them in Iran. There's no way, absolutely no way. They completely blocked Iran.
And they still make too much money. That's another problem.
Huh?
They still make too much money.
Well, good for them. They do a great job at making great software.
I don't know. Blender is like free to
Blender
use
can
and
himself.
on par with Maya, I'd say, or Max.
It's fine. They can exist too. There's no problem with them, but they can't really replace like a massive software dedicated to industrial production.
Probably.
it's not just about, by the way, doing tasks. It's about the compatibility. Like we have lots of let's say motion capture assets. We have render farms. We have shared project networks and so on and so on and so on. So like it's not just about only software. And more importantly,
An enemy convoy is heading our way.
Autodesk.
Can pass. Awaiting your
Give me a second. Let me get my weapon, then I will explain Autodesk.
Let me get my weapon, Autodesk.
Autodesk
Comrades, please
create.
do not shoot.
Yeah. Autodesk
Don't shoot me with Autodesk.
integrated system and an ecosystem of software that they are compatible with each other. You can just move projects from one software to another software, and like there's nothing else out there similar to them. So that's the point. Yeah, just like Adobe, like they made something that
Yeah, they bought
especially
a lot of
regarding-
companies that were not like necessary to buy. They like bought Substance, which was like standalone. Like for what fucking reason? Just to raise
because
the
they
price
had
and make
3D
a subscription
capability.
base?
No. Substance, there's a good reason for it. Because they have the capability of 3D modeling and 3D animating, Photoshop and Premiere. So like, Substance is really helpful in case of visuals. If you just have a good software making texture for people, people can easily make texture and add it to the models and like changing other stuff, making effects and so on. I think it's pretty reasonable.
You seem to enjoy
Why not?
killing
They just
them.
it's
The
fine.
battalion
Like
grants you additional
no,
resources.
to be
It's
honest,
fine, bro. It's fine.
I'm not a like a corporate hater. Well, I understand.
Corporate hater.
I understand that not all of them are nice. Not all of them are like fine. But I can say that like if there's a reasonable move, if there's a good move, why not? Like people can pay a subscription. There's like a massive cost for the students. Like someone is studying arts and so on. You can like pay very low fees and like use these softwares even for free. Like some
I'll give you a comparison between like decent corporate and shit corporate.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna compare Adobe and Houdini. I think you've heard of that, yeah?
Yeah.
So like Photoshop subscription, like standard, is $21 a month. And if I'm to go to the Houdini website.
Houdini!
Does he sell vodka?
I don't understand. You just want to like,
And
put a price
like-
in next to another price.
yeah, like no, and Houdini is like $270 for a year. So like the price difference is quite substantial. But like
And very this price makes someone better or worse.
I'd say Photoshop should be priced at a lower price because it like has less features than like comparatively than Houdini. Like Houdini is like the master toolbox for like any
Is it-
3D production.
Look,
I'd
you
say.
you don't see the bigger picture. I've said that. They created a set of tools that are integrated into each other. They're in a single network, and you can just move your work from one to another one.
Yeah, that's why they created
And
USB.
maintaining maintaining such a huge structure is not cheap. That's the point. And more importantly, Adobe provides lots of cloud services, which is very useful.
I don't
You can
personally
get-
find them useful at all.
Yeah, maybe you, but someone who works professionally, it's very useful for them. They can find a lot of assets that can be used without any issue. They can find what they want easily instead of searching the web for 3 trillion hours.
We have captured a strategic position.
You see, these services came all together and shaped Photoshop. That's the point. And more importantly, as I said, yes, it's actually, I didn't say this part. I was going to say that. You see, there are massive cuts for students. Okay, so students pay like minimum or like even less than that.
Captured a strategic position.
Like no profit or like free for them. The thing is, when a student works with these things, when they become professional, when they become skilled with this software, not only they can afford to pay for the fees, they will also start making profits for themselves. So not only they pay for the Adobe fees, but also they actually like make good profit for themselves, like expand their business and so on. So like I like the idea and like the plan and the let's say the business model Photoshop Adobe is following. Even Autodesk has the same structure. Like I don't know if you heard it or not. Autodesk has a student license. Literally the name is student license. And you can get it for free.
There, but stay
Like almost all the software like has a
Ready
student
our
license.
anti-tank weapon.
But
Almost
is
all.
there can they let's say provide the same features as like a company like Adobe or for example Autodesk can offer?
We've lost a strategic position
Yeah,
to the enemy.
probably
No,
even
they
more.
can't. No,
Yeah, probably even more.
like what?
Like Maya has fully locked files, and like
Maya?
others. Yeah, Maya like has student locked files.
I don't get
A
what you mean.
strategic position.
Maya is graphic implementation.
I know what Maya is. I don't understand what he says.
Like you can actually lock it to like they have a how do I say it, like only students have a certain access to a specific things, so
I don't get it, to be honest.
never mind then, you're too poor.
Yeah, I just got it.
You got pinged? Oh no.
Soldier, are you there?
Perhaps.
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 Ah, fuck! Yes, I got it. I aimed for somewhere else, but I moved my mouse cursor really fast, and thanks to, let's say, broken fucking aiming of Medieval Souls Square 2, I exactly hit the tank.
Comrade, can we capture that phone?
Yes, I think so. I believe so.
Very nice, comrade.
Did you buy a BA?
Perhaps, comrade?
Bruh, what is the point of buying that anyway?
More armor, comrade. Very, very appreciated.
Oh, it's gonna die to a single grenade.
You know, comrade. It is Soviet, so of course it's gonna die eventually.
Yeah.
It's so good, don't worry. They're gonna produce one in like 10 minutes.
Yes. And then lose it in 5.
Yeah, I was saying. To be honest, I liked what they were doing. To be honest. And, yeah, there was actually a good video of I recall it now. Like Linus Test Chips, the guy, weird Canadian guy. He made a video of going for alternatives, not using Adobe, like using free software and so on, instead of Adobe products. And he really literally failed to do that, because on the industrial scale, you need something that can provide you lots of things, which are not available in on indie softwares.
free to use Pogo Momento?
Because it's simple. You need to have an economy to like do lots of things, go large, go big. It's very simple.
Go poo-poo.
No one can like work for free and like you know have a huge progress, like have a huge progress doing big things and so on, offering you know lots of features, supporting those features in the long term.
The open source developers keep the web going.
Open source developers, just look at Linux, it's a shithole. Like everyone just
very epic.
yeah, everyone like
really
went there, like created something and like abandoned it. They just someone else created something then just abandoned it. Yes, to be honest,
it's
like
still
exactly
running.
like Linux. Like it's the
still
worst
running,
thing
it's still
I've
being
seen in my entire life, to be honest. Like
Well,
that's not
if
not
Linux
defending
wasn't created,
Microsoft, not
like,
defending Microsoft, but saying that
We have captured a
it's one of the
30%
worst
of
things.
worldwide servers wouldn't be working
Yeah.
today. So thanks to Linux, some servers...
What do they do with those servers? They use custom OS, exactly. There's no like so like yes, based on the needs they customize it. There's no like a user-friendly, easy to use product. You need to kill
It's not
yourself to
supposed.
set it up. That's the point, you know.
But it's not supposed to be easy to use. That's why there is like Ubuntu, which
Yeah.
is like customized to be
So
easy
you know,
to use.
and what is wrong in this sector specifically about Linux? If someone who is actually responsible for example, that specific custom OS, if he leaves the company, the entire company will be in fiasco. That's the problem. This is not the case about, let's say, Windows-run servers. Like, yeah, because there's a good documentation. There's a good documentation. Every feature is obvious. There is a good support from Microsoft. So, like, if something goes wrong, you can basically contact support, ask them for support. They are certified. They are certified, let's say, technicians who actually pass several exams, and they became certified technicians to like provide support in specific fields. But is it the same about Linux? No. Linux is like lots of islands not connected to each other.
You've achieved a glorious
That's the
victory
problem.
for the motherland.
You know, the guy who is responsible for server, he's gonna leave the company. What's your